Are leg cramps waking you up at night? You're not alone. Imagine lying peacefully in bed, then suddenly, your calf locks up, the pain shoots through your leg, and you have to sit up, groaning in the dark. It's exhausting, isn't it? You've probably tried stretching, more water, maybe even pills. But what if the answer is hiding in your kitchen right now? What if just one fruit a day could help you sleep through the night pain-free? So let's not waste another night. Let's dive straight into the first fruit that's been helping thousands of seniors ease their cramps naturally. No medication, no side effects, just real relief that starts with your next bite. 1. Banana. You've probably heard this before. Eat a banana, it helps with cramps. But is it really that simple? You might be surprised to know that for many people over 60, just one banana a day has made the difference between waking up in pain and sleeping through the night without a twitch. Think about that for a second. One fruit, available in every grocery store, no preparation needed, helping people like you finally get the rest they deserve. Here's the thing. As we age, your body naturally loses potassium. It's not your fault. It just happens. And when potassium gets too low, your muscles start to act up. They tense. They spasm. That's when those sudden painful cramps strike. Bananas are loaded with potassium, around 450 milligrams in a single medium banana. That's about 10% of what your body needs each day. And when you give your muscles what they're missing, they start to calm down. That constant tightness in your calves, that aching pull that wakes you from deep sleep, it begins to fade slowly but surely. But it's not just potassium. Bananas also give your body vitamin B6, which helps your nerves and muscles talk to each other properly. You might not feel it instantly, but over time, it builds resilience. It's like giving your muscles a language they understand again. And when they're understood, they stop screaming for help in the middle of the night. Now, maybe you've tried bananas before and thought, I didn't notice a difference. But let me ask, were you consistent? Did you eat one every day, especially after activity or before bed? Sometimes it's not about a dramatic overnight change. It's about quiet improvement, about waking up and realizing, wait, I slept through the night. If leg cramps have become your nightly visitor, and if you've been feeling helpless about it, then maybe it's time to test something simple. Peel a banana, eat it slowly, and ask yourself tomorrow morning, did the pain stay away? But of course, bananas are just the beginning. Because if your cramps are also stealing your sleep and making your muscles sore the next day, the next fruit we'll talk about might be the real hero. You ready? 2. Cherry. What if there was a fruit that didn't just help with leg cramps, but also helped you sleep better, recover faster, and feel less sore the next day? Sounds too good to be true, right? That's exactly what many seniors thought, until they tried tart cherries. You see, tart cherries aren't just tasty. They're packed with powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins. These little compounds work like natural pain relievers, helping reduce inflammation in your muscles. You know that deep soreness you sometimes feel after a walk, or just standing too long? The kind that lingers into the night and makes your legs restless? That's often tied to tiny tears in your muscle tissue. And anthocyanins help repair that damage faster, so your legs don't cry out for help at 2 a.m. Now here's what's really fascinating. Studies have shown that drinking tart cherry juice can significantly reduce muscle pain after exercise. Athletes use it to recover. But it's not just for them. For someone like you, who might be dealing with cramping, stiffness, and sleepless nights, cherries could be the natural remedy you've been hoping for. Especially if you're tired of relying on painkillers or stretching routines that barely help. Have you ever noticed how much worse the cramps get when your sleep is off? That's no coincidence. Poor sleep makes muscle recovery harder. But tart cherries also contain melatonin, the hormone your body uses to fall asleep and stay asleep. Drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice before bed doesn't just ease muscle tension, it also helps your brain wind down. That's a double win. Less pain, more rest. So maybe you've tried different tricks. Maybe you've told yourself it's just part of getting older. But what if it doesn't have to be? What if one simple habit, like sipping a small glass of cherry juice an hour before bed, could make your nights smoother and your mornings less stiff. Don't underestimate it. Because the seniors who added cherries to their evening routine, many of them said the cramps simply stopped showing up. But don't just take their word for it. Try it for a week. Then tell me, did you sleep deeper? Did your legs stay quiet? Now, what if the cause of your cramps isn't just your muscles, but something deeper, something in your gut? If you're curious, the next fruit on this list might surprise you. 3. Papaya. Have you ever gone to bed feeling bloated or just a little off in your stomach? And then, sometime in the middle of the night, boom, your leg seizes up? You might not think the two are connected, but here's the thing. When your digestion struggles, your muscles pay the price. That's where papaya steps in. This tropical fruit isn't just sweet and soft. It's packed with enzymes that make digestion smoother, especially papain. Think of papain like a natural helper that breaks down the food you eat and eases the strain on your gut. Because when your digestion slows down, pressure builds up in your abdomen. That pressure can affect your legs more than you'd expect, especially if you sleep curled up or if your circulation isn't what it used to be. So here's the question. What if your leg cramps aren't just about muscles or minerals, but about how your body handles food? Papaya helps take that weight off your digestive system, and when your belly's more relaxed, your legs often follow. Less pressure, better flow, fewer spasms. But that's not all. Papaya gives you a strong dose of potassium and magnesium, two of the key minerals your muscles depend on. If your legs have been cramping because you're low on electrolytes, this fruit helps refill your tank without needing a supplement. No pills, no measuring, just slices of something you actually enjoy eating. Have you noticed how everything starts to get tighter at night? The calves, the arches of your feet, even the backs of your thighs. That tension doesn't just come from activity. It can come from a lack of circulation, inflammation, or even something as simple as dehydration. Papaya doesn't just ease digestion, it hydrates you, supports muscle relaxation, and reduces oxidative stress, the kind that builds up quietly as you age. So if you've been waking up with both leg pain and stomach discomfort, papaya might be the quiet solution you've overlooked. Try it in the late afternoon or after dinner. See how your body feels the next morning. Is your sleep deeper? Are the cramps less frequent? You won't know until you try. But what if digestion isn't your problem, and your cramps come from tightness that just won't go away, no matter how much you stretch? Then you'll want to hear about the next fruit, a fuzzy little powerhouse that's small in size, but mighty in muscle support. 4. Kiwi. Have you ever had that tight, pulling feeling in your legs, even when you haven't done anything strenuous? Maybe you're just sitting, watching TV, and suddenly your calf starts to feel heavy or twitchy. Or worse, the cramps show up when you're finally relaxed and ready for bed. If that's happening to you, it could be your body's way of saying, I'm missing something. And one of the most common things it's missing? Magnesium. Now I know magnesium doesn't sound exciting, but your muscles crave it. They need it to relax properly after every contraction. And if they don't get enough, they start to fire off messages that don't make sense. Spasms, cramps, stiffness. The beautiful thing is, kiwi is one of the easiest ways to get a good dose of magnesium, and so much more. This little green fruit may not look like much, but inside, it's packed with muscle-friendly nutrients. Alongside magnesium, you've got potassium, which helps with nerve signals and keeps your muscles hydrated. You've also got vitamin C, which supports the collagen that holds your muscles and tendons together, especially important as you get older and flexibility starts to slip away. But here's something people often overlook. Kiwi is also fantastic for digestion. And when your digestion runs smoothly, your body absorbs those minerals better. So instead of flushing them out or losing them to poor absorption, your muscles actually get what they need to stay calm. Ever wondered why you can eat healthy and still feel weak or tense? Sometimes it's not what you eat, but what your body can actually use. That's where kiwi gives you the edge. And here's a little habit worth trying. Eat one kiwi about an hour before bedtime. It's light, refreshing, and won't upset your stomach. In fact, it might just become your new nighttime routine. The question is, What happens when you do it every day for a week? Will the cramps ease up? Will you sleep deeper without those little jolts waking you up? If you're tired of guessing what's causing your cramps, Kiwi might help connect the dots. It works quietly, from your nerves to your muscles to your digestion. And sometimes, that's exactly what your body needs, a quiet fix. But what if your cramps have more to do with fluid? What if it's not just minerals you're missing, but water itself? Then the next fruit might just be your hydration superhero. 5. Watermelon. Have you ever woken up with your legs aching, even after you drank water before bed? It's frustrating, isn't it? You try to do everything right, but the cramps still find you in the middle of the night. What if the problem isn't just about how much water you drink, but how well your body holds onto it? That's where watermelon comes in. And no, it's not just a summertime treat. Watermelon is over 90% water, but it does more than just hydrate. It helps your body use that hydration in the right places. You can drink glass after glass of water all day long, but if your cells aren't absorbing it properly, your muscles will still end up dry, stiff, and ready to cramp. That's why watermelon is so powerful. It doesn't just sit in your stomach. It carries with it a blend of electrolytes, especially potassium, that helps guide water into your muscle cells where it actually matters. But there's more. Watermelon contains something special called citrulline, an amino acid that supports better blood flow. Think of it like this. When your blood moves freely, your muscles get oxygen, they get nutrients, and they recover faster. If you've ever felt like your legs get heavy, just from standing in the kitchen or walking around the house, poor circulation might be part of the story. Citrulline helps open up those blood vessels, so your legs feel lighter, and those cramps? They have less reason to show up. Here's something you might want to try. Have a slice or two of watermelon in the afternoon, especially after any activity. It refreshes you, restores fluids, and starts working behind the scenes to support your circulation by the time you're ready for bed. The question is, can something this sweet and simple really help with something as stubborn as leg cramps? Well, for many seniors, it has. They started eating watermelon more regularly and noticed the spasms didn't come as often. They slept longer without interruption, and they felt more confident walking, even after a long day. But what if hydration and circulation are only part of the puzzle? What if your muscles also need strength from the inside, something that holds them together and keeps them elastic as you age? Then the next fruit might just be what your body's quietly asking for. 6. Orange. Have you noticed your muscles feeling tighter lately? Not just when you move, but even when you're resting. Maybe you reach down to pick something up and feel that slight pull in your hamstring. Or maybe you just try to stretch in bed and suddenly the back of your leg locks up. It's not just frustrating, it's scary, especially when it happens more often as you get older. And sometimes the missing piece isn't more stretching or more water. Sometimes it's something as simple as rebuilding what age has slowly taken away. Collagen. That's where oranges quietly step in. You've heard about vitamin C for immunity, sure, but have you ever thought about what it does for your muscles? Vitamin C helps your body produce collagen, the very protein that keeps your muscles, tendons, and ligaments flexible and strong. Without enough of it, your tissues become less elastic. They stiffen. They stop bouncing back. And that's when cramps creep in more easily. What's interesting is how often people overlook this. You might be focused on electrolytes, hydration, magnesium, but forget that your muscles need structure too. And structure comes from collagen. If your muscles feel like they're always under strain, like they've lost their give, it might be time to add something bright and citrusy to your day. Oranges also help with something else just as critical: circulation. You probably don't think about blood flow until your legs feel heavy or your feet go cold. But poor circulation means your muscles aren't getting the oxygen or nutrients they need to relax. That tension you feel? It could be the result of muscles quietly starving for support. Vitamin C supports blood vessel health, keeping them strong and flexible, which allows better flow throughout your body. So here's the question. What happens if you eat an orange every morning? Not just once, but as a small habit. Will your legs feel less tight? Will the cramps begin to fade? There's only one way to find out. And for many people who've tried it, the difference didn't take long to show up. But what if your muscles need more than just flow and flexibility? What if they're asking for something deeper? Something that supports both repair and recovery while helping you fall asleep faster and wake up without pain? The next fruit might just be the quiet remedy your legs have been waiting for. 7. Avocado. By now, you might be thinking, I've tried so many things. Why would one more fruit make a difference? And that's a fair question, especially if your cramps have been going on for months, maybe even years. But let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at avocado as more than just a trendy toast topping? Because for your muscles, avocado isn't just food, it's fuel. It's one of the richest sources of potassium out there. In fact, gram for gram, it has more potassium than a banana. And if you've been listening closely through this video, you already know how vital potassium is for your muscles to contract and relax smoothly. But avocado does more than that. It doesn't just stop cramps, it helps your muscles recover, stay strong, and work better over time. What makes avocado special is the combination. You've got potassium to calm spasms, magnesium to help your muscles let go, and healthy fats to help your body absorb it all. Because what's the point of eating nutrient-rich food if your body can't use it? These fats also support your joints and reduce inflammation, which matters more than ever if you're dealing with stiffness or soreness that sticks around long after a cramp has passed. Now, think back for a moment. How many times have you felt helpless, sitting on the edge of your bed at 3 a.m. OT, rubbing your calf, waiting for the pain to stop? Maybe you've even worried that the cramps mean something worse is going on. Maybe you've tried supplements, exercises, warm baths, and nothing truly lasts. So here's the question. What if this time, instead of chasing the symptom, you focused on giving your body the foundation it's been quietly asking for? Avocados are easy to add, half of one with breakfast, a few slices in a sandwich, even blended into a smoothie. It doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be consistent. And if you keep it up, you might start to notice more than just fewer cramps. Maybe your legs feel stronger, maybe walking feels lighter, maybe sleep becomes something you finally enjoy again. But before we wrap up, let me ask you, what if you didn't have to keep guessing anymore? What if the answer really is this simple? Because for many people just like you, it was. And it all started with one piece of fruit. Remember that moment when you were jolted awake in the middle of the night? Your legs stiff, your calf screaming, and all you could do was wait for the pain to pass. You sat on the edge of your bed, rubbing, breathing through it, maybe whispering to yourself, why does this keep happening? That moment used to feel like the new normal. But maybe it doesn't have to be. Because now, you've got 7 options, 7 fruits, simple, familiar, and powerful in ways you probably didn't expect. Not pills, not strange treatments, just food. Food that helps your muscles relax. Food that supports your nerves, your sleep, your circulation, your recovery. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. You don't need to memorize complicated routines. You just have to start. Maybe it's one banana with breakfast, a glass of tart cherry juice before bed, a slice of papaya after lunch. These are tiny actions, but they build something bigger: relief, rest, confidence that your body can still work with you, not against you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Will this really work for me? And the honest answer is, you won't know until you try. But what you can be sure of is this: your muscles don't cramp for no reason. Your body is asking for something. And these fruits? They just might be your answer. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one fruit, just one. Add it to your day. Keep going for a week. Then ask yourself, did the night feel different? Did you sleep more deeply? Did your legs stay still, quiet, calm? Because if the answer is yes, then maybe you've just found your new bedtime medicine, hidden in your fridge all along. And if this video gave you something useful, something hopeful, then pass it on. Share it with someone you love, your sister, your neighbor, your son or daughter who keeps worrying about you. Let them know, I'm doing something about it, and it's working. You've lived long enough to know pain doesn't just disappear. But you also know that small things, done with care and consistency, can change everything. Tonight, as you get ready for bed, ask yourself one final question. What if this is the night the cramps don't come?